So I want to talk about single family zoning. It's a big deal right now, and I know I'm going to speak on it in some forums coming up in the next month. So I wanted to talk about it a little bit. So I did the 34th Dems forum a month and a half ago ish, and so I did not know a lot about the single family zoning issue. I really didn't know anything about it, so I gave them the knee-jerk reaction that most people have, and I kind of felt bad about that, but at the same time I don't. One, because I wasn't prepared. I didn't have a list of questions. I'm doing a forum the day after my birthday, and that one on Tuesday, and that one I have a list of questions, so I can do the research beforehand, so I'm not like blindsided by a question. Like I've said before, I'm not a politician, and so I don't know all of the issues, and I don't know all of the things that are being done right now. So I mean, I need to do more research on that, yes. I need to be more prepared, but now I can be for the next forum, because I have the questions, so I can do the research into what they're going to be asking me, so I don't give them that knee-jerk reaction. So the family zoning, and I don't remember exactly what question they asked, but I think it was mostly like, do you support eliminating family zoning, single family home zoning? And of course my knee-jerk reaction was no, I don't support that. The American dream is to grow up and buy a house, and with a little white picket fence, and settle down with your kids, and that's the American dream, right? Everyone should be able to obtain that, even if you live in Seattle. And so I listened to the Realtors group speak on their annual report, and it was very eye-opening. So my opinion has changed a little bit. So what I learned in that is that it's not an attack on single-family homes, and I know I should have known that in the beginning, but that's just the knee-jerk reaction. I don't know much about it, and so no, don't take away our homes, right? That's what the initial response is you can't just take away houses. The whole city can't just be apartment complexes and skyscrapers. So what they were explaining with the Realtors was there were, like, I don't remember exact numbers. I'd have to rewatch the presentation. But for first-time home buyers in the current market, there are roughly 40 houses available for first-time home buyers, which is really, really, really low. So we need more houses, but at the same time, we need more apartment complexes. Like when you're young and going to college, this is a huge college town. There are so many colleges here. You can't really afford to live unless your parents pay for everything for you. So you take out all these ginormous student loans, and so affordable housing is extremely important so that kids don't have these giant or as giant student loans, because how are they going to pay? Like, I've tried going to college, and it's not really possible to go to college and work and be a parent at the same time. So I mean, it's really, really hard. You have to have the right support, and if you don't have that, it's just not going to happen. I've tried it and it's not going to happen. So we need more apartments. We do. I think instead of eliminating single family home zoning, I think maybe we should do a percentage. And I've been thinking about this a lot since I've listened to that presentation. And I in Magnolia, and I believe that maybe when like people sell their houses on the ridge, on the very top, that would be okay to put apartment complexes there. You know, whoever buys it, turn it into an apartment or a townhouse or whatever other style of multifamily dwelling that would be appropriate. I think as long as you're not encroaching on the current homeowners' views that they have out onto the bay and everything, I think there's no problem with that. And it might sound selfish to say, well, don't encroach on my view, but I mean, that person has the right? Don't they count as people too? And they bought that house with the intention of being able to see, and then because we changed the zoning laws and we want more youth to be here, youthful people, so we want them, you know, because generally there are people who want to live in apartments their entire lives, but generally you go through stages in life, right? You go through high school, you're living with your parents, and at college you're either living at home if you chose to do the close to home route, or you're living in an apartment or on campus in a dorm. And then after that, what's the next logical step? Is an apartment, right? And after you get married and it's time to settle down, whether you have kids or not, whether you're straight or not, it doesn't matter. If you want to buy a house, you should be able to. And our housing market is very limited. We have a very limited amount of space for single family homes, but we should not be attacking all of the single family homes. And that's a bad word to say, but that's how it feels. So when you are finally at that stage in your life and you don't feel the need to leave Seattle because it's beautiful up here, it's wonderful, aside from the politics, it's beautiful and wonderful, it's a great place to be. So no matter what stage of life you're in, there should be enough for everybody. And that's hard to do because, like I said, we have a limited amount of space. And I think part of the issue with like downtown and building, I know my thoughts are like back and forth, and I apologize, that's just how I think. I can't really do much to do that. I guess I could try training my brain. Again, I'm still doing it, so sorry. But I think a lot of the downtown, like, we should go higher and maybe bigger. Like, I was reading an article about it. I don't remember who wrote it and I don't remember where I saw it, but I just did a quick Google search and I looked for single family zoning laws or single family zoning and in Seattle, and someone was talking about when they lived in New York, the one apartment complex would take up an entire city block. And I don't think we have any of those. I mean, I'm looking at it, I'm down on the waterfront right now, and I don't see any buildings that would take up the entire block. So, I mean, I could see building apartment towers here that take up an entire city block. I don't see an issue with that. I think that would be great for downtown. And I think downtown should expand more into SoDo and into, not Queen Anne, but right there at Belltown. But once you leave downtown, I think it should be a mix. So I think what we need is a percentage, like maybe 20-30% apartments in the single family housing areas. So I think we can adjust the zoning, but I don't think we need to eliminate single family zoning, if that makes sense. Those are my thoughts on it. I think it would give us more housing. And the thing with affordable housing is one thing. So I took economics in college. I had to, you know. And so something that I feel like a lot of people don't understand is people drive the market. So if you don't want to live somewhere because the rent is just so stinking high, a lot of people have to get together and not rent there in order for the renters to lower the rent. Like supply and demand. If there is a scarcity of apartments, they can charge whatever they want. But if there is an overflow of apartments, an abundance, they're going to have to lower the rates in order for them to get someone in there. So it always drives me crazy a little bit when I see these apartments going for rent like $3,000 a month downtown. And it's like, well, if you just would stop renting it and just let it be available for a while, not even like a long time, just a couple months, the rent would decrease by a lot. And I know that's hard to do because this is a really popular city. It's growing constantly and it's desirable, right? And you need to go somewhere. So I don't know. I don't know the right answer to this. I mean, is there a right answer? There's multiple, I'm sure. And so I think we need to really focus on a percentage that would get it more balanced, so that we're not attacking all the people that want to live in apartments, and we're not attacking all the people that want to live in homes. And not to say that an apartment isn't a home, in single family houses. So yeah, sorry, I kind of lost where I was going with the whole apartments downtown. Oh no, I think I covered it. I'm thinking, thinking. I think that's it that I wanted to talk about on that issue. I will try to keep my videos to one specific topic. So, and if I forget anything, please call me out on it. Or if you don't agree with me, do agree with me, whatever. Just let me know. I am open-minded, and I am willing to take your criticism or your encouragement or whatever. So please feel free to reach out to me if you want. And also yard signs, if you want them. So I'm doing this all very low budget. So I have a bunch of yard signs that I got from another candidate from a different election in a different place. And so I need to figure out how to paint over them. But if you want one, I will get you one, and they are free. Just let me know. And I will put my email in the description of this video, so you can send me an email if you would like one. So, yeah, thanks.